Hi there and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make banting seed crackers. Now the ingredients are very basic. I have them already laid out over here if you come in and have a closer look. You need 3 cups of seeds all together in total, and what I've done is I split it up. So I've got a cup of sesame seeds, a cup of linseed, and a cup of sunflower seeds. Now these are the seeds I prefer, but you could play around with the ratios. As long as your final volume is 3 cups of seeds, you could swap out some of these seeds for pumpkin seeds, maybe add a bit of chia seeds as well. Right, now your most important ingredient, which is what binds your seed crackers together, is the psyllium husk. I have here 2 heaped tablespoons of psyllium husk, and I have here a teaspoon of salt. You can add less salt if you wish, but I like my crackers a little bit salty. And then of course your liquid ingredient is 500 milliliters of water. So this is what makes up your seed mixture. Then what I have here on standby is some water. This is just going to help me to spread out my mixture later on. I've already prepared my baking sheets, as you can see here. I use normal baking sheets. I line them with a non-stick foil, and then I also I'm going to just spray them a little bit just to be sure that my seed crackers will not stick to my pans. Now you could also spread your mixture out onto silicone mats, but just bear in mind, if you do that, you cannot then use a sharp knife to cut your crackers into squares or triangles, whichever shape you prefer, because you'll damage your mats. I'm a bit OCD and I like my crackers square to rectangle, so I cut my my crackers. Right, so let's get started. I'm going to first blend in all my dry ingredients, place them into the bowl. And then you want to mix your dry ingredients up first very nicely. Make sure you distribute your salt and your psyllium husk evenly. Right, so I'm going to add my water, and the psyllium husk, as it comes into contact with the water, it is going to start absorbing the water, and it's going to turn the mixture into a rather gluey, gooey consistency, which isn't there yet. And because I like my seed crackers quite thin, I just find they're a lot crunchier and they toast better if I spread them out through 3 sheets. So it can be quite challenging to spread this mixture out, to divide it evenly and equally between the 3 sheets, and then also to spread out the seeds quite evenly. I'd say that's the most challenging part. Okay, you can see it's starting to thicken up a little bit. It's losing that watery, runny consistency. And I start pouring at this stage, even though it's quite runny. Okay, so you will see that there will be little gaps where your seed mixture hasn't come together, and because the mixture is thickening up, it's actually quite difficult to close those gaps. So what I do is I just go and add a little bit of water to those areas, and then you're able to make the seed cracker mixture a little bit more fluid in those areas, and then you're able to then close up those gaps a little bit. Bear in mind that once this goes in the oven, of course, all this excess water will dry up. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the first pan into the oven so long. And I'll continue distributing my cracker seed mixture in the meantime, and I'll see you in a little while. Right, I've taken a pan out the oven and I'm getting ready to cut. I'm going to put it side by side with this pan. This pan hasn't been in the oven, so you can see the color change already. This one doesn't shift around relative to the pan, and you can see this one is dehydrated quite a bit. It's shrunken a bit, so it shifts relative to the pan. So what I do is I estimate more or less where halfway mark is, and using a very sharp knife you start cutting, and I'll cut this again. Now I'm going to pop it back into the oven until it's nice and toasty. The oven is set at 150 degrees Celsius. I forgot to tell you that earlier. Right, I'll see you back a little later. Right, so I've taken my crackers out of the oven. They've been baking for just over an hour. You can come and have a look at the golden brown color compared to the initial mixture. This mixture hasn't been in the oven yet. You can see how they pull apart because I cut them earlier. They pull apart, they slide nice and evenly. They've dehydrated, they've shrunk considerably. And so this is the kind of color you want. I'm going to show you how nice and thin it is. This is the thickness that I like. I don't like my crackers too thick. Right, so remember now these are banting crackers. So you want to serve them with banting friendly toppings. Look at the green and the orange list. Avoid anything from the red list. I like my banting crackers especially with avocado pear. It is delicious with avocado pear. You can add a little bit of balsamic vinegar, a bit of olive oil over the top to dress it. You can also use cream cheese if you like cheddar cheese as well. Many other different toppings, but please stay away from things like sugary jams, Nutella, or anything like that. That just defeats the purpose of making yourself banting crackers. Right, so, but most of the time, I just enjoy them just as is with a cup of rooibos tea. And I want you just to listen to the crispiness of this cracker as I bite into it. Pure goodness.